refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Yo, what it do? How's everybody doing today? Before we get started, I gotta do things the right way. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of RBO. It's your boy Vaughn, and we're here to talk about this free agency frenzy that's been going on. We can't get enough of it. Sorry. That's fine, man. Thank you. But we're here to talk about, this free agency frenzy that's been going on. It's been trades left and right. The Lakers making moves, the Celtics making moves, everybody's making moves. So we're going to jump into that. Before we get started, though, can you like, subscribe, share this with anybody that's an NBA fan, basketball fan, in general, WNBA fan, because we're going live every week to talk different topics, especially for the NBA right now. It's the offseason, and the trade deadline was yesterday at 6 p.m., and it's been going crazy ever since. So we're going to talk about a couple of trades today. Also, before we get started, there's a link down low so you can become a member, and you can join our community. And with that, you get added on to these chats. We just had one of the guys that was in the chat finally become a member. He's now in the NBA chat having a good time. So we have an NBA chat, NFL chat, boxing, you name the sport, and we have it. So shout out to the network and shout out to everybody that's a member right now doing their thing. Also, lock in on the comment section. I see all the comments. I will be putting them up. I will be responding. Hello, happy Wednesday to you too as well. And we're gonna keep this thing rolling. But before I get into these trades and these things that's been going on, down low we also have a plethora of different shows that are all on the network. Check them out. They cover all different sports. We just had an episode from my boy Teddy, that's baseball, and we also had one from Coach Coombs, which is our football guy. So definitely check those guys out. Baseball season is still going on. I believe it's almost midway there almost midway time, about be time for the home run derby and all that good stuff. And then, football season, OTAs and all that, the mini camp, all that training camp and all that stuff is starting up. So if you're a fantasy football person and you want to lock in, definitely check out FFC with Coach Coombs. But without further ado, let's go on and jump into some of these trades. All right. First trade we're going to talk about, Ja Morant had got traded. Ja Morant was traded from the Memphis Grizzlies to the Portland Trail Blazers. It was Ja Morant, and they gave up $1 million in cash considerations. And also, the Memphis Grizzlies received Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray, who is Keegan Murray's brother. So now we have Ja. Shout out to Big O. He said LeBron to the Bulls. He trying to make some things happen. I ain't getting no alerts from none of my sources. You know what I'm saying? But Portland now has a guard a guard party. They got guards galore. You got Dame coming back. No, let's not even talk about the new guys. Last year you had Drew Holiday, Scoot Henderson, who in my opinion in the playoffs showed that he can be a baller. He was having some good games against the Spurs. You have Shaden Sharp, who before injury was trying to ascend into just being a consistent high-level playing two guard. He has the athleticism. He has the moves. He has the shot making ability. He just has to stay healthy. And now you have Dame and Ja as well. That's 5 guards that can play 1 or 2. What is Portland up to right now, man? Because you also still have a guy in Denny who also likes to dominate the ball. So that tells me a lot that this Portland team is still trying to find more players, and they're still making moves because I can't see them rolling out a team with 5 guards, 6 guards. Like, what are we doing? You know, everybody cannot play the minutes. A guy like Drew Holiday and Scoot Henderson, I felt like earned the right to still be there. However, I get it. My understanding for the trade, I thought they was getting Ja just to have some, collateral. They're trying to get other pieces. I thought they were going to go all in on Jaylen Brown, but it's some other guys that, are still available out there that they might be trying to hunt for because having all those guys, none of those guards are really all-ball guards. The only one that can play all-ball, in my opinion, at a high level is Shaden Sharp because he's not a true one. He's like a 2 guard. Damian Lillard has the shooting ability, but he's more of a not catch and shoot, but off the dribble shooter. He's not saying he can't catch and shoot, but he's more effective with the ball in his hand. Same with Ja Morant, same with Scoot Henderson. So then I felt like the best person to run the team that should run the one is Denny. And Denny, that's why this is a little confusing for me. So Portland right now, having all 5 of those guards is kind of leaving me a little puzzled, to be quite honest. But I see what they're trying to do. I think they're just trying to collect because I think they're going to sell big on somebody. Just don't know who that somebody is. We just heard that Jaylen Brown had just been traded. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And Giannis is already gone. So who else is there to get out there? I hear guys talk about people like Trey Murphy, who I think would be a good addition to a team, especially a team that has a good point guard. So that was the Ja Morant trade. So we're still on the lookout to see what Portland had up their sleeve still because they have a lot of guys that need the ball in their hand right now. And in my opinion, I think some of those guards got to go. You can't keep all of them. Somebody got to go because it's going to be hard to get all of them effective minutes where they can produce at a high level. All right. Next team we're going to talk about LeBron James really quick. LeBron James has informed the Lakers he ain't playing with them no more. He said, listen, I had to wait a little bit. My son got his guaranteed money. I'm out. Whatever you do with Brownie, it don't matter because he paid already. I can get him on another team. Brown has told the Lakers he's not trying to play with them no more. The Spurs recently just backed out of the LeBron James sweepstakes. So now LeBron is saying that he wants to play meaningful basketball still. He'll take the league minimum. It's not about the money anymore. It's more about him just trying to – it seems like he want to go out with a bang. He don't want to just go out, He already got the money. He's already rich. So it's like – and I feel that. I don't know. We don't need you in Orlando, my boy. Which I don't think you'll come there because don't nobody believe in Orlando, and I want to keep it that way. But there's plenty of teams. I think LeBron going to Golden State with Steph Curry would be just. I think that would be nice. Both of those guys are old timers out here, still getting buckets, still doing their thing. Why not just come together? Because neither one of those guys have found younger players to help them carry the torch. So why not just go out together with a bang? Now, I heard that LeBron is saying he will come to Golden State if they're able to get Anthony Davis over there as well. Then the Wizards heard that. The Wizards like, hold on now. Don't even think about that. We're not trading AD. AD is not tradable, untouchable. We're not trading AD. So now Golden State, which I felt like they signed Kristaps, probably hoping that the Wizards was going to be like, you know what? We'll take him back. We'll take Kristaps back for AD. Hello, everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody speaking and saying hello. I'm very grateful to have you guys here. Definitely appreciate it for sure. But I'm thinking they like, yo, we could trade Kristaps back for AD. You know, he used to be a Wizard. Why not? To be honest, I wouldn't be mad at seeing LeBron out there with Kristaps and Steph. Kristaps is very underrated. He's another guy that's injured a lot, but we know what he can do when he's healthy. He's a shot maker. He's a shot blocker. He's a rebounder. He's just a 7-foot guy that's a mismatch out there. Running pick and roll, pick and pop with him, having Steph out there would be crazy. Only thing is, I don't see a role for Draymond. I mean, I see a role for Draymond, but like, I feel like Draymond gonna be kind of in the way. You know, I think it'd be better if it was just Steph, Bron, and Kristaps. Because to be quite honest, man, Draymond, I feel like at this point in your career, you've been playing with Steph every year in your career, bro. Your 3-ball should be like that at this point. Your 3-ball, you should be able to knock down consecutive 3 balls night in and night out. You should be a 40% shooter from 3, bro. Like, at this point in your career, your 3-ball should be butter, man. So if Draymond can develop a 3-ball, and not saying he can't, we've seen him hit threes. He can hit a 3, but consistently be a real threat out there. That'll do wonders for this Warriors team, especially if they can land someone like LeBron James. And LeBron, stop trying to get AD with you, bro. AD ain't reliable. You've been trying to make it work. Y'all got the bubble ring, you know, but ever since then, AD has not been reliable for you, bro. So if I was you, I'll just start worrying about me and not AD. You feel what I'm saying? But LeBron's still out there. We're waiting to see who he should go with. I wouldn't be mad at him going with Golden State. I can't really see another team that, you know, he would really flourish on. Unless you go like to the Knicks or something and just, you know, be out there helping. But I hear the Cavaliers is a team on the radar as well. I wouldn't be mad at that. As you know, they don't have a solidified 3 at this very moment, so that would be a good move for them. And then I heard Cleveland. Now, Cleveland is very interesting with Giannis, Bam down there. I don't know if Bron should go down there. You know, I don't know if him going down there is going to be like, yeah, they going to win it, you know, because they need more shooting over there. They did pick up, I think, Tim Hardaway Jr., but I think the best move for Bron would either be Golden State or Cleveland at this very moment. And I'm more leaning towards Golden State because you get to play with another legend, and that's Steph Curry. So that's my thoughts on the LeBron saga. But he's still playing at a very high level, and a lot of teams can really, really use him for shizzle. All right, since we talk about Bron, we got to talk about the Lakers. He left the Lakers. And, you know, there's a lot of money that Bron was holding up with that contract, and him leaving the Lakers, it kind of helped them out. Oh, my computer was just tripping. It kind of helped them out. So far, the Lakers have been doing what everybody say they need to do. Need to get younger. Need to get some young, fresh legs over there. They re-signed. They signed Austin Reeves to the max deal. You know, he's getting paid more money next year than guys like SGA. You know, I'm just saying. So, right now, the Lakers have just picked up Walker Kessler from the Jazz for unprotected first-round picks 2031 and 33, and also for first-round swaps in 2028 and 2030. So, about 4 first-round picks. And they signed him to a 4-year, $130 million deal. The Lakers have landed their young center. Walker Kessler is a rebounding machine, and he can finish around the rim. He's a big guy, and he plays like a big man. He doesn't go out and shoot threes. He's in the paint, and that's exactly what the Lakers and Luka need. A guy like him, he can run pick and roll with. A guy like him, he would help. Because Austin Reeves and Luka are both liabilities on that perimeter. But if they funnel the players into the paint to Walker Kessler, it can be a block party. He is a high-level shot blocker. So I thought this is an excellent move for them. Having a guy like Ayton who picked up his player option, he's still with the team. I think you can bring him off the bench and he can be a bench player. Walker Kessler is your starter. So Laker fans, you have your center now. That's not all that the Lakers did. The Lakers also signed the big man from Toronto. I can't pronounce his last name, not gonna try. Sandro. He's a power forward slash center. He had a pretty good year last year, in my opinion. I think once their starter Jacopoto had got injured, he stepped up big time, played good minutes. He has the ability to stretch the floor. He can rebound and defend as well. He's not the biggest center. I think he's not even 7 feet, like 6'9", 6'10ish. But he does spread the floor out, which is another good thing for Luka, a guy that can pick and pop. And he just, when when Sandro is in the game with Luka, the paint will be open for Luka. Luka loves to drive, and that allows him to have the big man on the wing, which allows him to drive and kick and even attack. So I think that this was also a good pickup for the Lakers. They also signed free agent Quentin Grimes, who was just previously with the 76ers, to a 4-year, $60 million deal. And I thought this was also a pretty good move. Quentin Grimes is a baller. He's not just a shooter. He can actually ball. Like, he can handle the rock. He can down the ball off a little bit. He's not a terrible defender. He's a baller. He's a gamer. I thought this also was a good depth piece for them. They need firepower off the bench. Guys that will actually do something off the bench. They picked up Gabe Vincent last year, and he had like 3 good games. And one of them was in the playoffs, just one. So I thought this is a good piece for them as well. They also signed Colin Sexton to a 2-year, $19 million deal. Another excellent move. Colin Sexton is a bucket. It was a time when he was with Cleveland, he was going crazy. Then he went to the Jazz, went crazy. Everywhere he goes, he has a moment, a stint where he just going crazy. So I thought this is also some good firepower off the bench for the Lakers. They're really rounding this roster out, in my opinion. I think they're making some good moves. They lost LeBron. They lost Rui. They just lost Jackson Hayes, who kind of swapped bigs because he went to Utah. But these moves, I think, are positioning this team. They're positioning them to become, a little more well-rounded, have a little more firepower, a little more depth, especially if a guy like Luka or Reeves were to miss time. Guys like Quentin Grimes and guys like Colin Sexton, I'm not saying they can do what those guys do, but they're not no slouches to the point where it's like, oh, man, we're done. They can get a couple dubs, in my opinion, with those guys. But that's the Lakers, man. The Lakers are trying to, turn things around after, moving on with Braun, or Braun moving on from them, however it went. They're starting to pour into the face of their team now, and that's Luka Doncic and, his sidekick, Austin Reeves. So now with Walker Kessler, this is who they think their big three is. Walker Kessler is still a young center who can still develop a lot offensively, but defensively and rebounding wise, he's already top tier. So I'm liking what the Lakers are doing. I think they do got a couple more moves up their sleeve just to solidify a couple more things, but so far so good. Oh, another big signing. Mitchell Robinson has agreed to a 3-year, $47 million deal with the Boston Celtics. Everybody knew, him playing with the Knicks probably was going to be over after the finals. The Knicks have a lot of money tied into their starting five, and Mitch Robinson was due for some bread. And to be quite honest, his showing in the finals, especially that last game when he got that rebound, the offensive rebound, it just his rebounding and his defensiveness. And he also is a good finisher around the rim as far as catching oops and lobs. Only problem is he gets in foul trouble a lot. So I want to see how he'll be playing more minutes. I'm not sure if he's going to start. They still have their big man, Quetta. I think it's Quetta. Cater. They still have him, so I want to see how interesting this is going to be to see what comes out of that. But the Celtics didn't just do that trade. They also traded Jaylen Brown to the 76ers for Paul George, 2 first-round picks, and 2 second-round picks. I think they do have the information out for the picks, which picks they are. Yeah, here we go. The picks is 2008 first-round pick that can convert from first to a swap that is more favorable to Boston, and the 2031 unprotected Philly first, 2028 second round, and the most favorable of the Golden State, OKC, Milwaukee. Let's just know there's 2 second-round picks. You want to talk about that? Shout out to my boy Carl. He said the Celtics gotta have one more move. We gonna see because I don't know. This was interesting, Carl. I don't know what Paul George no bum. He can have some good games, have some bad games, but Jaylen Brown just came off his best year ever. Arguably, like Teddy said, his best year he's ever gonna have. And they move him for PG, a guy who underperformed in my opinion, especially in the playoffs. And this is what you do. I'm quite flustered right now. I think they gotta make more moves because I don't think that's a fair swap. Jaylen Brown, who still plays at elite level on both ends, Paul George used to be that player, but he's not. So let's see. We got a lot of people talking about, they say, I guess it is Jason Tatum's team. Jaylen Brown balled out all last year. Had him top 3 in the East, top 2 in the East. And what happened? Almost won MVP. JT rushes back. They lose after going up 3-1. And JT got hurt. Don't forget, he had to leave. And now they're getting rid of JB for PG. That's something I ain't see. Carl said they traded a man as Apex for a guy who's old and a terrible contract. This is facts. This is exactly what I just said. Shout out to my boy Kevo. Celtics need a dog. They just got rid of the heartbeat and attitude of the team. Hey, man, we about to see what Jason Tatum made of because this is what the message to me is. We don't need JB. We got JT. We hear the rumblings. They say JT this, JB that. We got JT. JT, you guys show them. Now, when they play each other, it's going to be interesting to see how they go at each other because I know they're going to guard each other. They got to guard each other. It's going to be very interesting. But the Celtics has lost the Batman, what a lot of people would say, in their equation. Just like Kev said, they say that's a heartbeat. You feel what I'm saying? So it's going to be quite interesting to see how this team, because shout out to my boy Mike in the chat. He said they got to, you trade him, you got to make moves that put them back in championship contention. And I don't know what moves they got because I don't know if we're going to see LeBron over there. I don't know. I don't think that don't even look right. Don't even feel right. Yeah, so whew. Interesting, I must say. That JB trade got the chat going crazy. Alphabet mysteries with all these initials. Hey, man. JB is going to take Tatum. So, hey, Kevin's predicting when they play each other, JB going to go at Tatum. And he going to let them know who really the dog is. And that's going to be must-see TV. All right, another good, I thought was a really good pickup was the Pacers. They picked up Kelly Oubre, and it's a 2-year deal for $17 million. And I thought this is a really good pickup for them. Kelly Oubre is a guy that can hit threes. He's a good defender, and he plays with an edge. He's a guy that, he don't take no mess from nobody. And the Pacers need some of that over there. They got a lot of nice guys over there. A lot of guys that, hey, how you doing? If you foul you on my bad, I didn't mean to foul you that hard. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So Kelly Oubre, I thought was a really good pickup for them. He go hard in the paint. I mean, this dude, he trying to dunk on you. He putting up endless threes, and that's what the Pacers do. They run up and down the floor, and I think Kelly Oubre will fit perfectly with this team. Shout out to you, my boy. My Warriors need to make a big move. Hey, y'all talking about getting Bron. I don't know how you feel about Bron, but that's the big move y'all talking about making, my boy. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all talking about Bron. My boy Carl want to cut an Uber to the Pistons. I feel you, Carl. He do got that type of play with that type of intensity that y'all have. Oh, there you go. I think his toughness fits Detroit. Another team that we're about to talk about. Now, this team was just in the finals. Yes, the Spurs. They went in a draft and drafted what they felt they needed, and that was more defense to help Wemby out. Because one thing I noticed in the playoffs, especially the finals, though, a lot in the Western Conference Finals, too, Wemby likes to sit in that paint and play that center field a lot. And I think it kind of makes their defense a little predictable at times because it was times where Alex Caruso would run from one end of the three-point line and all the way to the other side. Him and Jose Alvarado was doing that, and Wemby was losing track of them a lot. So if you have multiple guys out there that can defend, it's hard to do that. But they didn't also just pick up good, bigs to help defend with Wemby. They picked up some good size on the wing and some vets as well. And one of those guys is Tobias Harris. Stole Tobias Harris directly from Carl right here. Took him from Detroit. Detroit didn't sign him back in time, I guess, or I guess he felt like he can win more, with Wemby and them guys. But took him from them 2 years. I believe it's 2 years, $31 million. Let me double check that really quickly. Yeah, 2 years, $37 million. Hey, he can pay some back. And I thought that was a good pickup for them because, Keldon Johnson was a no-show. And they needed a guy like him to go off to win in the finals. And it just, it just never happened. And I feel like now they went to pick up some guys that are going to be able to play on the wing, not just offensively, but defensively as well. And Tobias Harris is a big dude. He has a lot of size. And I felt like this was a good move for them, a really good move. Okay, another signing that I thought was pretty good. I just had it. Okay, I got to talk about my boys right quick. My Orlando Magic, they picked up Vucevic. They picked Vucevic back up. They also picked up Javon Carter. I thought Javon Carter and Vucevic, those are two veteran guys. When Javon Carter got to Orlando last year, he kind of called guys out, told them what it is, and you need some veteran leadership like that. And he plays with the edge. Defensively, he's out there playing hard. He's going to get his three balls up. My boy Big O know about that. And then Vucevic, come back home, bro. We need just your if you still got that shooting touch, that's what we need over here, okay? Wendell Carter, he want to be a three-ball, a jump shot specialist, but he not that, bro. That's what you are. So hopefully having you will help him chill out from the three-point line. So that's all my Magic there. I had to throw my boys in there right quick. But another good deal. The Chicago Bulls picked up Norman Powell, 2 years, $45 million. This was an excellent pickup for the Bulls. My boy Carl left a message. Shout out Javon Carter, who would have thought he would have a 10-plus year career. # Press Virginia. Hey, when you can shoot the rock and you can play defense, you will have a long career in the NBA. I guarantee you that. You will have a long career, for sure. So, come on, man. Carl, we ain't had to talk about that, bro. Yes, Orlando picked Jonathan Isaac back up. I thought he was gone. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm ready to move on because he's like, we play him, we don't play him. But we got our new coach, Sweeney. He's a defensive guy. So he signed up for one more year. Hopefully they get something out of him. Yeah, Carl knew he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. But back to the Bulls, man. Not that Bull. But back to the Bulls. Norman Powell. Excellent pickup, man. Last year with the Miami Heat, well, actually the year before that with the Clippers, Norman Powell had an excellent year. He let people know that he's not just a guy that come on the bench and get a couple buckets. No, he is a bucket. He averaged over 20 last year. So with the Heat, he came in and he was their best scorer, in my opinion, like by far. And he's just a bucket, bro. He don't waste too many dribbles. He get right to it. And this was an excellent pickup for a Bulls team who has point guards. They got a couple bigs out there. They got Modest at the 3 with Caleb Wilson at the 4. Then you plug in a guy like Norman Powell who just an instant 20 points. This was an excellent pickup. He's not shy to play no defense neither. He will play defense. And he's a veteran. He's a leader. So I like this pickup for the Bulls. This gives the Bulls a pretty good starting 5. And it gives them just a well-rounded team, right? With this Josh Giddey, who is a magician with the ball, can dime almost anywhere. Pair that with Matis out there, Caleb out there. They got Nick Claxton out there, and then Norman Powell just the icing on the cake in my opinion. And they still got Trey Jones coming off the bench. Let me look at their depth. The other bench players. They just drafted the young cat Swain, who I think would be a good player off the bench. Let me look at their whole roster real quick, because I ain't gonna lie, they got Isaac Okoro. They still got Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons is still with them. Let me double check. Anthony Simons. Shout out to Carl. He said, what? Tiago Splitter got some ingredients to cook with. Yes, the Bulls did sign Tiago Splitter as well, which I thought was an excellent pickup for them. Yeah, Anthony Simons is not. He's a free agent, I believe. No, he is with the Bulls. Wow. Anthony Simons is still there with the Bulls. I think the Bulls, I don't know if they're going to keep him or not, but that boy a bucket. And I feel bad for my man. I think he needed some time, man. I think I need some time. All right. So, who else? Okay. Norman Powell to the Bulls, though. That was an excellent pickup for them. Next, shout out to West Philly Black. Sixers starting Brown and B, Maxey, VJ. And I just heard Ben Simmons coming back. Hey, I don't know if you want to wish that on your squad, my boy. You know what happened last time. When y'all played Trey Young and them, I don't know. He gonna act like he don't know how to dunk no more. I don't know. And you heard the excuse he gave up? He said my shot wasn't falling. Bro, that was a dunk. That was a layup. Woo. Some people, I tell you. But next move we're gonna talk about the Pistons, who signed John Collins to a 3-year, $51 million deal. Looks like Jaylen Brown is not coming back. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you that right now. Go ahead. Hey, somebody in the chat said he dropped 30 before. But John Collins to Detroit. Sorry, Carl, I gotta do what I gotta do. I think, J-Mo said it best. Shout out to J-Mo. He said it best. John Collins showed that he can play some good ball with an elite point guard. And that's something that this team has. The Pistons have. They have Kay Cunningham. He's an elite point guard. Now, I'm a little puzzled. They're talking about Jalen Durham is not coming back. They're talking about, they got rid of Beef Stew. They didn't draft no bigs, I don't think. And now you're here with Jet Collins, and then you have Paul Reed. I don't know, man. I don't think y'all gonna be that defensive star, that defensive team that y'all was last year. Yeah, they did get that big man from UVA. They did. He's like a 7-footer too, I believe. He's just good shot blocking. But I don't know. I feel like Durham did have a terrible postseason. Don't get me wrong. But him and Beef Stew was kind of like, y'all forces down there. Big brutes. John Collins is not that. Paul Reed is not that. So I don't if you rely on a rookie to come in and be that for you, it's going to be interesting to see. I do think, Asar Thompson is still there. He's still y'all best defender, and he still is legit. And it's going to be interesting to see just how your defense looks now without those two big physical bodies down there. I mean, Durham ain't gone yet, but It sounded like he's trying to get up out of there. Big man averaged 2.9 blocks in 18 minutes. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. All right, let's see another good move here. We got Marcus Smart, who agreed to a 2-year deal with the Houston Rockets. Rockets, man, y'all trying to sign some type of guard now, bro. Not saying he's like a legit one, but come on, bro. Y'all need a point guard bad last year. Y'all ain't do nothing. But y'all put what's my boy name? White boy, Reed Shepard. Y'all put Reed Shepard at the one. Like, come on, bro. He's a bucket. He's a bucket. And we see that. All right. The Rockets also picked up Bogdanovich for 1-year deal. He's been moving around a lot. I think he's a solid player. He's a guy that could come off the bench, hit some threes. He plays with an edge. Like, I remember when they played USA in the Olympics, he was going at LeBron and them, and then they got dogged. But he plays with an edge, definitely. The 76ers have signed Dean Wade to a 4-year, $39 million deal. I'm not going to lie, I'm not that high on Dean Wade. I didn't think he really did a lot, even in the postseason. Like, I think they sizing it, his impact on the game. Like, they trying to say he was dropping Cade and this and that. It's like, nah, bro. Like, y'all was playing good team defense, in my opinion. And I don't think he hits his threes enough, you know. But it's always a team. It's always a guy that you got to overpay, in my opinion, on a team. It's always one guy that's overpaid. I just don't know. Like, I don't think Dean Wade all that. I don't think he's that good of a glue guy, to be honest. Like, there are other guys that you can pick up that can do what he do. I would have got a rookie to do that, to be honest. But hey, that's me. You lose Kelly Oubre and you get Dean Wade and Jaylen Brown. All right. What other big moves did I not talk about? Dun, 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 dun. Not a big move, but the Miami Heat picked up a sharpshooter in Tim Hardaway, 1-year deal, $6.5 million. Pretty good move, especially when you got guys like Giannis. And, you know, I was talking about this. Giannis is not a shot maker, like a shooter, jump shooter. Neither is Bam. Bam can hit some shots, but he's not a consistent jump shooter. You need guys that can just spread the floor out for those two dudes, man. And this is a right with the doctor order. I'm curious to see, after losing Norman Powell, how would they replace that production? Because like I said, man, Giannis going to do him. Bam going to do him. But who going to do them in the fourth when it's time to get buckets, when it's crunch time? That's what I want to know. So that's going to be the most interesting part of this. Oh, I know who we ain't talk about. We talk about everybody else, but this trade, I think, well, I can't lie, that Jaylen Brown trade did just ascended the 76ers right back into that conversation of contenders. Even with Embiid over there doing what he's doing, that BS he over there doing. But this other East team just made moves. Right with my Magic. Right when my Magic was supposed to just ascend, these teams start making moves. They like, nah, hold up. We got to do some things too. The Clippers have sent Kawhi Leonard to Toronto, back to Toronto, for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks, 1 pick swap, and 2 second-rounders. I'm not going to lie, y'all. The Raptors are looking scary. Did you not see how they played last year? They would have beat Cleveland if their best, I'm going to say their best player, their veteran scorer would have showed up. Even a little bit. They would have beat Cleveland. All they needed was Brandon Ingram to give them 15 a game or anything. They would have beat Cleveland. They had Cleveland on their heels. Scotty Barnes. That boy a dog. I was watching the video. You know how the players play in the summer? They just get some runs in. This man, Scotty Barnes, is picking up James Harden full court in the summer. James Harden was talking to everybody after. He said, man, that's how you know he a dog, man. He out here picking up full court. And we just bumping. Yes, he's really like that. Scotty Barnes is a really good all-around player. In the playoffs, he really showed up, did a little bit of everything for his team, but he was hitting threes out there and everything. It's like he was really on one. RJ Barrett played pretty well, in my opinion, too. He was very consistent with his numbers, and they didn't have Emmanuel Quickly out there, so they was losing him. But their bigs showed up, so they just lost one of their bigs. But Scotty Barnes and Kawhi Leonard, if Kawhi Leonard's still playing defense the way I know he can play, that might be the scariest defensive duo on the wing in the league, to be quite honest. Those two dudes out there, and they both can block shots. So watch out for the Raptors, man. I ain't gonna lie, the Raptors just they just jumped Cleveland, in my opinion. They're ahead of Cleveland. I got them ahead of Cleveland right now. You gotta give New York their respect. I'm gonna give New York number one. You know what I'm saying? Number two, I ain't gonna lie. You got the Pacers coming back. I don't know how the Celtics are about to look, to be quite honest, with just, without JB, just JT. Some would say if JB could do it, why can't Tatum do it? We're going to have to see, though, because those are two different type of animals. But Detroit, like I said, I don't know how they're going to look again defensively. And I thought they really overachieved this year, being number one in the East like that. I don't even think a lot of Detroit fans thought they was going to do that. So right now, Toronto is looking like top 3 in the East right now, to be quite honest. They're looking really, really good. Long as Kawhi Leonard, stay healthy, my boy. Just stay healthy. Yes, my team in the East, but I want everybody to be healthy. I want to see the best of the best play. So the Raptors, man, watch out for the Raptors. Adding Kawhi Leonard, because Kawhi Leonard, we forget, Kawhi Leonard averaged almost 30 last year. Kawhi Leonard was literally balling. Now, we're still waiting to see what LeBron James is going to do. And I don't know. Hold on, I think I'm missing somebody. Didn't Rui sign with someone? I think he signed with the Spurs. I think Rui signed with the Spurs, y'all. Oh, no, he ain't signed with nobody yet. So, this trade frenzy has really been going crazy. I've been getting a lot of alerts to my phone, alerts in the chat. Like I said, make sure y'all join the chats. You get every alert for every trade in the chat. And if a fan of that team is in the chat, they going crazy. When LeBron announced he was not coming back, the chat went crazy. Oh, man. My boy. When JB got traded, crazy. Kawhi got traded, crazy. Ja got traded, crazy. So, shout out to Kev again. Mav's been chilling, but I like the few moves made. They're saying Sasser should be coming soon, too. He's talking about Marcus Sasser from Detroit. My bad, Kev, I got you. So, Dallas did make a move today. The Grizzlies traded Santi Aldama to the Mavericks for A.J. Johnson and a protected 2030 first-round pick, the Warriors' first-round pick, and 2 future second-round picks. Now, I like this pickup. Santi is one of my favorite bigs, to be honest, in the league. I just like his all-around game. He's not just he's 7 feet, I believe, too. He's not like just a pure center. He can play the 3. He can handle the rock. He can facilitate a little bit. He can hit the 3. That's one of the best things he got is that 3 ball. So I think that he just brings good size and length and skill to the Mavericks. Think about it. Derek Lively starting. If you put him at the 4, Coop at the 3, that's a really big team. So I like that move for them. Derek Lively can't stretch the floor, but you need somebody that's not trying to shoot 3s out there, in my opinion. Like, everybody wants to shoot 3s, so I think it's good to have a guy that just want to get down there and bump. Hey, where my boy at? He said the Warriors got to make a move. I got you. I got a move for you right here, bro. I got you right here. Anthony Melton agreed to a 2-year, $11 million deal Hey, that's a good pickup right there. I wish he would have came to the Magic. I ain't gonna lie. He's a good defender and he can get some buckets. Good depth piece for the Warriors. I think those are all the majors, all the top dogs. I'm gonna scroll down and just run off a couple more. I think he's talking about Santi right here. Carl. Yeah, he was skilled at Loyola Maryland. Gotta be talking about, bro. All right. So Mo Wagner, I see you later, man. Is you held it down, you hooped for us. 2-year deal with the Brooklyn Nets for $19 million. Mike Conley Jr. has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Celtics. Little veteran presence out there. Ariel Hakaporti has agreed to a $3.4 million deal with the 76ers. He was just with the Knicks. He got thrown into the game, played like 3 minutes when Cat had almost fouled out. he could say he played in the finals, though. I said Marcus Smart, I said about Donovan. I said Zach Collins has agreed to a 2-year, $17 million deal to return back to Chicago. Luke Kennard agreed to a 2-year, $13 million deal to return with the Phoenix Suns. Keon Ellis has agreed to a 2-year, $18 million guaranteed deal with the Nets. And that's picking up a little couple pieces out here. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Kev. Plus, the rookie Morez can guard all 5 positions supposedly. Gafford might get traded. Yeah, y'all been shopping Gafford out there for a while now, I must say. Even I believe before the draft. And yes, that's one thing that your rookie does bring. I think it's Morris Johnson. He does bring that type of versatility defensively. And I think that he was a good pickup, bro. You know, you need a guy that's gonna go out there and do the dirty work. And from what I've seen from him, that's what he loves to do. That's like his game. Like I said, he can hit some threes. You know, he ain't the best, but I think he's gonna be a 3-baller out there. Keon Ellis, 2-year deal with the Nets, $18 million. Kobe Sanders, 4-year, $11 million deal to return to the Clippers. I am waiting to see where Trey Murphy is going to go, if he goes anywhere too. What else we got? I think those DeAndre Jordan. He's coming back to the Pelicans. I think those are all the major ones. And then Robert Williams III, he's returning back to Portland off a 3-year, $44 million deal. That's a good pickup for Portland, man. The Time Lord stay healthy. Him and Donovan Clingan, that's a good 1-2 punch, in my opinion. He played some real good ball, though, in the playoffs. Because Donovan Clingan, I don't know what happened to him. He did what I did. Nothing. You know, he was just, I don't know. Lonzo Ball going to the Lakers. Hey, hopefully he get picked up by somebody, bro. And he actually gets some bump. You know, last he was with the Cavs. Oh, trust me, I know it ain't gonna happen. But he was with the Cavs and he ain't do much. Okay, Carl said, or a super side note, Drew Holiday to the Pistons. Hey, I've been wanting Drew Holiday to the Magic for the longest. Don't seem like we gonna trade for nobody. Think our coach gonna try to run it with the squad. Hey, it's cool. That's cool. Harrison Barnes, he's staying with the Spurs on an $8 million deal. And I think that's all the moves for right now. Yes, that's all the moves for right now. Yeah, man, things are shaking up. Things are shaking up. Kev asks, who you predicting LeBron to go to? Listen, I'm going to keep it real. He said he wanted to contend. He ain't trying to just be out here hooping. I won't be mad at him with Golden State, bro. Him and Steph, and I like Porzingis. I don't know, like he be saying, you know, everybody saying he want to have AD with him, but it's like, bro, ever since the bubble, what has AD done for you, bro? And you still trying to run with AD? No disrespect to AD, but I'll just run with Kristaps and Steph, to be quite honest. Take the little league minimum. it just Draymond Green, bro. I don't know how fascinated LeBron is to play with Draymond, to be quite honest. Because Draymond, he kind of a liability in my opinion. Like I said, offensively, at this point of his career, he should be a knockdown trade ball specialist. Easily. But he not. But if he wanted to contend, bro, I think he should go there. It's not many options, to be quite honest. Denver is reaching out to him, but I don't know how that's going to look with Jokic dominating the ball. Like, Golden State is perfect, in my opinion, because Steph Curry doesn't dominate the ball. He does the opposite, actually. And LeBron can go back to being a facilitator because I think he's still a high-quality facilitator. It's just Draymond Green, bro. I think he will be in the way. But anybody else? Could I see LeBron and KD pairing up together? That'd be interesting, but does that fit with the Rockets got going on? So my pick is the Golden State, bro. I think he would flourish the most with Golden State, in my opinion. I like him and Steph together. I think that'd be something that not only Golden State and LeBron fans would like, but I think NBA fans would like to see that as well. I wouldn't be mad at this neither, though. LeBron to the Wizards. Hey, bro, I ain't mad at that. You feel me? Because he want to play with AD. And who the Wizards? Oh, I don't know, though, y'all. They just picked up AJ the Bankster, and he plays the 3. LeBron. But I won't be mad at that, though, because, well, actually, that'll be interesting because AD don't want to play the 5, so they're going to have to start Alex Sarr still at the 5. And then they got AJ. Let's say put AJ at the 2 and put Braun at the 3. So I don't know how that's going to work. To be quite honest. If I was the Wizards, I wouldn't even want that, to be honest. I'll let these young bucks roll. Like I said, though, but going to Golden State, I'm telling y'all, him and Steph, the world would love it. Like I said, they used to carry the load, and now it's like they don't got no young bucks that's helping them pass the torch on. Like, he ain't got nobody to pass the torch to. Like Brown, he done pass the Laker torch to Luka, but they ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Why not just come together, man, and go out with a bang like that? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody had y'all back all this time. Y'all gotta have each other back at this point. Then maybe y'all get some young bucks over there, cause y'all do got Yaxu. Yaxu was nice too. So I like LeBron Golden State, man. Start. Let's look at Golden State roster very quick, y'all. I'm not sold on Brandon Padinsky. That dude. No. Steph Curry. Oh no, this team dry like. I don't know, y'all. They dry like cheese. Steph Curry, Brandon, Santos, Draymond, Kristaps. Then you got DeAnthony Milton, Pat Spencer, Yaxel, Will Richard, and Al Horford. That's not too bad. Like I said, they needed 3. They moved Santos and put Braun right there. Then you're going to have Yaxel, Santos, Al Horford, Pat Spencer, and DeAnthony Melton. Not too bad. Bro said put AJ at the 4 behind AD. You don't think they should start him though, bro? Like the number 1 pick, you think they're gonna draft him to bench him for AD? I don't know, bro. LOL, I think Braun and Cleveland will go crazy. I won't be mad at that. It's Harden, bro. I think Harden gotta go. I don't know why they even re-signed him. Let him do all that. I would have told him, nah, bro. After what he just did, I don't know, bro. Get rid of Draymond, get another center for the Warriors. Yeah, man. If they get rid of Draymond and get Braun and replace Braun with Draymond, yeah, they doing something now. I don't know what center they can get that's out there. Let's see who's still the free agent, y'all. But I don't know. I don't know, bro. If you could, I don't know if you can bench the number one consensus overall number one pick, bro. Like, I don't know, cause it's like he's like that. You don't want to. I think he got to start, bro. I think if anything, you got to move him to the 2 and let him start at the 2. Let me see. Let's see who's still free agents, y'all. Hold on. Well, we know LeBron James. Oh, this ain't updated. I can tell they updated. Shout out to you, bro. The Spurs loaded 2. Yeah, I spoke on the Spurs. They picked up Tobias Harris, and they drafted really well. Yep, they drafted the big guys. Ain't too many bigs out here, fellas. I think Marvin Bagley might be. There's not too many bigs out here, fellas. Felt like if you needed a big, you should have got one out the draft. Yeah, there's not too many bigs out here. Is Drummond still out there? Drummond might be out there. Yeah, I'm hearing Kuminga definitely is on the prowl to be traded too. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing Kuminga name a lot, to be quite honest. And I forgot who said that. Like, why would the Lakers pick him up? He can't fit. Like, what? Kuminga is not. He just ball. Like, he don't got no set position, in my opinion. You can put him at the 3, the 2, the 4. He just be out there balling. Peyton Watson. I'm trying to see what the Nuggets are going to do with Peyton Watson, because if they don't retain that young cat, he's going to be a good person to pick up for somebody. I think he's a restricted free agent right now. Jaylen Brown is still figuring out if he's going to stay or go. And then who else? Rui is still looking for a team to sign with. I wouldn't be mad if the Warriors picked up Rui, to be quite honest. They need a 3. Even though they moved on to the 4 now, he can play the 3. They need a 3. Which team will LeBron move to? Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, we've been talking about Brown a little bit. You know, I like him with the Warriors. I ain't gonna lie, I like him with Steph. I kind of want to see that dynamic. But one of my good man, Kevo, said, send him to. He said he think in Cleveland he'll go crazy, which I wouldn't be mad at that neither. They don't have a legit 3 over there, and he can help relieve pressure off those other 2 guys, especially when it comes to crunch time. Them dudes, Donovan Mitchell and James Harden, they both folded in crunch time. So you might need somebody like LeBron. And Lakers offense looking elite, defense is still a problem though. That's why they picked up Walker Kessler. That boy is a rim protector. I'll give him that for sure. They still got Vanderbilt though. They sent Smart to the Rockets. Yep. Kev said the Mavs need some guards. Let's look at y'all team, Kev. Mavs roster. Let's look at y'all roster right quick. Y'all guards currently: Max Christie, Kyrie. Y'all still got Ryan Nembhard. I like him a lot. And y'all still got Brandon Williams. Y'all guards ain't that bad, bro. Y'all need Kyrie to come back. That's what y'all need. That's what you need. You need to change that to Mavs need Kyrie to come back. Harder in the way of Cleveland. Yeah, man. But having LeBron over there with those 2 guys, like I said, it will relieve both of them of the pressure, because the pressure it's gonna be more on Bron just because he's Bron. No one's gonna, like, in my opinion, just because he's Bron, the pressure's gonna be on him. But I'm gonna be expecting Donovan Mitchell and Harden to carry more of the load, and LeBron just to be, third option. But those guys, they fold like lawn chairs. They fold like the laundromat, all that. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, These dudes just folded, man. But, man, I appreciate everybody. We don't have any more trades or signings to talk about. We pretty much talked about all of them. If you missed the show, please go back and check it out. Definitely touched on all those. Definitely touched on Jaylen Brown to the 76ers. Man, Sixers, man. The Sixers and the Raptors, they coming for blood next year, man. So hopefully my Magic, we ain't make no moves. Hopefully our players just elevate and this coaching staff makes this team a lot better because the East is a different landscape now, from the Bucks to the Heat to the Sixers to the Celtics. The Bulls them picked up, like they trying to fight. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this East shake out next year. Before I go, man, make sure you like, subscribe, you share this with anybody that's an NBA fan, basketball fan, WNBA fan. We talk about a little bit of everything. Also, click the link down below, become a member, join the R2L family. Get in these chats on Instagram, man. We talk about all this stuff daily. You get all the live updates. You get live debates. You get guys that just, know the game, talking the game. You just get some good trolling. You get a little bit of everything. It's a good time for sure. But definitely tap in with that. We also have a lot of different shows on the network. It's not just your boy. So download. Every show is linked down low for you guys to check out as well, from boxing to college sports to FIFA to everything, baseball, football. We talk about a little bit of everything. We're expanding more and more, looking for more members to join us, to join the community, to help us expand, help get the word out, because we refuse to lose, man, and we're going to keep going. But this your boy. Appreciate you, bro. I see you. I appreciate you very much, bro. I'm going to catch you on the next episode, bro, for sure, because we got to keep talking about these trades. When Brown get traded, it's going to go crazy. Not traded, but he gets signed. It's going to go crazy. But I think it's going to be a lot more moves to be made. People are questioning if marketing is finally going to get traded. And we're going to see. Because bodies is moving left and right. Left and right. Appreciate that, Carl. And yes, sir. Shout out to my boy Rory for sure. But hey, my boy's keeping the convo going. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, man, click the link, become a member, hop in that NBA chat, bro. We be going live. It be live in there too, bro. The link is down low. It say to join. It's right there for you, bro. And we be going crazy on there. It's a good time. We talk sports, especially the NBA chat right now. It's going crazy. But yeah, your boy gonna be back because, like I said, I gotta talk about some WNBA. I owe the ladies, so we're gonna definitely do that on the next episode. Talk some WNBA. It was just so many signings and all the trades in the NBA today that, you know what I'm saying. I had to just dedicate today to the NBA. But I'm gonna talk about a little bit more on RBO because real ballers always gonna ball.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.